nice to see you again. So I'm going to be quick on this one today because I have got many things to do. So forgive me for just reeling through the information. Today I'm going to do an oregano smudge stick. I'm going to show you how to do an oregano smudge stick. So these can be a little bit trickier than the normal ones because of the nature of the leaves and the leaves and just the tiny stems. So the last one I did was a mugwort one, and that's quite easy because they're very bulky and they're quite easy to stack up. And most shops, like online shops, don't tend to sell anything other than sage smudge sticks, because that's the one that everybody wants, because that's the one that everybody has heard about, and because it's about cleansing negativity, and they forget about all the other herbs that do loads of other jobs and have other properties and qualities and benefits. So it's very hard to get oregano smudge sticks. They're not as common, I suppose, and they are still usually wrapped up with sage, and sometimes it's nice to just have the one thing on its own. So today I'm going to show you, I have picked a yellow thread to do this one with because oregano, it's a very Greek plant, and so a lot of the folklore comes from like ancient Greek kind of beliefs, I suppose, thoughts, feelings, opinions, knowings, rememberings, wisdoms, whatever you want to call them, the many words. And it actually comes from the meaning, the word oregano comes from, like, I can't remember what the original word was, but it means joy of the mountains. And the ancient Greeks would use oregano in marriage ceremonies because it brings happiness and joy, and also they would put it on the graves of their loved ones to bring peace in the afterlife. And it was said that if anybody, if any grave naturally had like oregano growing on it, then it meant that the loved one was peaceful and happy in the afterlife, which is quite nice. They have these really beautiful little purple flowers, and these are really nice on, like, if you pick them off and put them in salads. Really tasty. Like, not enough people eat flowers. Like, so many flowers of herbs are edible. Like rosemary flowers, oh my gosh, so good on a salad. Yeah, like, check out edible flowers. Like, maybe I should do a video about edible flowers, although, like, I suppose the season's kind of getting on a bit now for the edible flower foraging, but I'm sure we can find quite a few. Yeah, most flowers of plants that you can eat the flowers. So anyway, back to the smudge stick. So yeah, they used to use them like make crowns out of oregano for people to wear on their wedding day, which I think is quite pretty, and it smells amazing, and it's really easy to grow. And so I'm going to show you pretty much. If you watch the mugwort one, it's very similar, so you want to try and get yourself a good base stem. This is quite a thick one, so I'm going to use this. And it's got a nice flower on the end. I do like to use flowers in my smudge sticks because, why not? And it's the same, really. Keep layering it, keep building it up. This is not going to be like the mugwort. It's not going to be thick, it's not going to be beastie, it's not going to be like, huge. It's going to have a different quality to it than, say, sage, or just because of the nature of how the leaves grow. It was said that if you slept with it, I think, like under your pillow or like on your head, I'm assuming you'd have to strap it to your head. I think it was said by Greeks that if you slept with it, Aphrodite would come to you in your dreams and reveal who your husband was going to be. I don't know if that's quite true. I've never tried sleeping with it under my pillow. But it is, it's really good because of its nature of bringing happiness and joy and, what else? Like, it's good for warding off evil spirits. And apparently, the folklore of it is that it's good. What was the actual wording? I'm trying to see if I can link the PDF. It's like a PDF file that I found that had like the folklore of like lots of different herbs, and I'm sure that like the wording of it was something along the lines of it's good for dealing with meddlesome I like that word, meddlesome spirits that are attempting to interfere with your finances. So there you go. So if anyone's trying to mess with your shit, putting some of this around. Or, you know, you could like hang it. It's good to have hanging around your house. I mean, it smells good too. You know, it's always good to have things. I always, you know, think a home is really nice when it's got like herbs hanging around. And the nature of oregano, I mean, like, you know, like I said, it won't be really thick. It'll be very small. I am going to bend up these sticks like so, just to thicken it up. Say that with big T. Just to thicken it up. Hey. Oh, well done, dude. My son had a little victory. I'm not going to share what the victory was because it's his, but yeah, it just came out like, take the small victories. I think that's all I have. Yeah, so this is how it's going to look. It's very pretty. It's like a little posy. Where was I? Homes. I always think homes are really pretty when they have like, you know, herbs hanging around drying and stuffs. Let me just check. I have. Oh, somebody. What was it? Somebody told me what the knot was in one of my comments that I used. I can't remember what it was. Something foot. Something. Oh shit. Larch's foot knot. Was that what it was? Oh, okay. I should have paid more attention. I'm so bad at retaining information. So, as you can see, I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did it with the mugwort. It is going to be a bit more difficult to see because I'm using thinner thread, and the oregano is just smaller in nature. So, so I am. I'm so prepared for this. So, I've doubled over the thread, and I've wrapped it around my oregano, and then I'm going to put this one through the loop. Apparently, I'm sure it was larches. I'm going to have to check out like the comment again. In my mugwort video, somebody's left a comment about what kind of knot this is. If you need to know what the knot is. It's not really important what kind of knot it is, really. And then I'm just going to pull this down like this, and do it in like in a sort of a zigzaggy spiral thing, just to maintain the bunch together in its own little bunch. You don't need me to tell you what I'm doing now. You can see what I'm doing. And so yeah, where was I? Oregano. It's supposed to be really good to burn and smudge in new homes, or to hang over the door of a new house if you move into a new home, because of its ability to bring happiness and joy, and to ward off evil spirits. And there you go. And like I said, the flowers are amazing to eat. I mean, to be fair, the leaves are really nice to eat fresh in salads as well. Just a few, so you don't need a lot. Oh, I forgot to do the double-y thing at the top because I was distracted. So at the top, I always tend to do like a nice little keep going round and then bring it down, which I didn't do because I was yapping. And it is literally that simple. It's all curvy. And I've left a little thingy of flowers at the top. And then I'm just literally gonna tie it off. This one is not as messy as the mugwort, so you don't need to trim it off. Like the flowers aren't as, it's not gonna be really sort of a fire hazard, that one. Like the mugwort, if you leave those flowers hanging, blimey, it's fucking hot flowers dropping everywhere. Yeah, and then when I've tied it off, I'm just gonna, I could do with actually cutting those off. Don't need all of that. Be careful that doesn't blow away. We don't want to get it wrapped around any bird's feet because, you know, that's not good. Make sure I take that in the house with me. There we go. Yeah, don't worry, I've sorted it, dude. I'm gonna take it with me. And then I'm just gonna tie it off. A few times. And just to keep it nice and doing its thing, and that one can come off, and that one can come off. Again, I'm gonna make sure that doesn't blow away. You know, because some people will be like, oh, it's biodegradable, it's just cotton, but no, it can get wrapped around birds' feet, so that's not good. And then I'm just gonna make sure that that cotton stays there. Just gonna cut this bottom bit off, just to tidy that up, just so you've got a nice little handle to hold. I nearly cut my thumb then. I'm so clumsy. And there you go. It's like that simple. Oregano smudge stick. It's beautiful. It's I mean, check out the properties of oregano. Like, oregano oil is amazing. Like to use. It's an antibacterial. It's an antiseptic. It's an antimicrobial. It's really good to like use in soaps if you want to make your own soaps. To put in massage oils to like stimulate, you know, circulation. It's really good. It's good for respiratory issues, like to make oregano tea, sage and oregano tea with, like, if you had mullein. Not everybody has mullein, it's not always accessible, but a lot of people have sage and oregano growing in their garden. To use sage and oregano tea is really good for like lung issues, for like COPD and you know, if you've got sort of mucousy type things. Really good. So I'm just literally going to hang this up by the little string. I'm going to hang it up somewhere, you know, in the conservatory or in the cupboard where my drying rack, or you can put it in a drying rack and put it on a high shelf. And then when it's dried, it'll just do its thing. Just burn it like you do a normal smudge stick, put it out when you're done, and it'll, you know, beautiful. I'll put a few links in the description boxes for different things, a few different websites that I've, you know, found useful over my time. Again, thyme, smudge sticks, things like that, thyme, rosemary, oregano, lavender, mugwort. Don't just go for the sage. Don't just do the thing that everybody else does because that's, you know, that's what's popular and all the spiritual people are using sage smudge sticks. The properties of the other herbs and plants, they all have their own benefits and their own properties. And, you know, like I said, oregano I would use, you know, for happiness, for joy, to bring happiness and joy to your home space. Just hang it above your door, or I used to have one either side. And check out the oregano essential oil. It's very intense. You don't need a lot of it. It's very strong. But yeah, it's a lovely plant, and yeah, the flowers are edible. And it might bring you some love. Aphrodite might come to you in your dreams. And that was that. That was a quick one today. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing time and space and energy with me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Blessings on your day.